What's going on, guys? It's your boy Shadows Gaming 44 here, or Logan. And the first thing I'm gonna do before we get into today's story time, oh my god, I can't talk. Um, is I'm going to apologize about the upload schedule. I'm sure y'all have noticed I've been like uploading like every other day, every other day, and it's been getting pretty inconsistent. And my explanation for that is, I promise y'all, I'm not just being lazy and not uploading. Alright, I enjoy doing these, but first problem is story times. I've been struggling to think of story times, and I haven't really been getting any DMs of any like good stories or anything. So like I've been kind of struggling on that. And the second problem is personal issues. Alright, I'm not gonna get into them. Alright, like I don't want to get into them. It's just some goofy teenage stuff. Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I do sincerely apologize for the lack of uploads lately. I'm going to try to fix that as soon as possible. Alright? Like I really do apologize. Like I truly am sorry to any of y'all who actually enjoy watching these. But yeah, with all the mushy apology stuff out of the way, today's story time is going to be about possibly like one of the kind of crazy, like I wouldn't say crazy, but one of like most paranoid highs I've got. Alright, yeah, paranoid's the right word. Alright, so this all starts off as a normal day. Alright, I get off the school bus, I believe, and I get off at my bus stop and I start walking home, right? So I believe this is 13-year-old Logan. Yeah, 13-year-old Logan's walking home from getting off the bus, and he's just thinking about what he's gonna do today. So I'm thinking, and like I get home, I just start playing video games, and Bob, we're gonna call this friend Bob. Bob calls me up, and Bob, he's a bit of a devil's lettuce smoker, a bit of a ghetto grass smoker. All right, and I ain't gonna lie, I was too at the time, but like it was never going very well for me because I was always getting caught, which can be some more funny story times for y'all, but those are separate. Alright, but this particular one, Bob calls me up and he's like, "Hey yo, you trying to pull up to my neighborhood?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Hey, you trying to bring Jimmy?" And I'm like, I guess so. I guess we can hang out with Jimmy, cause at this time this was before Jimmy started coming over to like the neighborhood place with him, like Bob's neighborhood. Like he didn't really go over there much until this time, cause Bob and Jimmy were beginning to be friends, which I ain't gonna lie, maybe petty, but I didn't like that very much. But whatever, not gonna get into that. Just know Jimmy came with us, and we're like, yeah, I'm down to go over to Bob's neighborhood. This sounds pretty chill for real. And Jimmy goes, agreed, and I go, agreed. So we call up my aunt, aka Jimmy's mom. We call her up, and she's at work, so we have to wait a little bit. Fast forward like an hour later, Jimmy's mom, aka my aunt, gets home, and yeah, basically she like gets settled in a little bit, and then tells us when she's ready to go, and she starts driving us over to Bob's neighborhood. And Bob's neighborhood was about I'd say maybe a 20-minute drive from the house, and we started, yeah, heading over there. And fast forward 20 minutes later or something like that, I don't know, we get there, and sure enough, Bob's sitting there. Alright, keep in mind it was cold, so like it did take a little bit of convincing to get my aunt, aka Jimmy's mom, to go, like to take us over there, because like there was snow on the ground. I'm talking, it was freezing cold. Like she made us wear like a coat and stuff, because it was like it was pretty cold out. But we we convinced her, obviously, because we're there. So we get there and we're just kind of walking around. I ain't gonna lie, I'm freezing my balls off, like actually. So I start asking Bob if we can go in his house, and at first he's like, nah. And then I'd say like a couple hours later, he starts saying, "Hey, y'all want to try to get a hold of some ghetto grass or devil's lettuce?" I'm not gonna say the actual term because YouTube doesn't like that very much. Alright, but if YouTube does figure out what this was, like, disclaimer, never do it. Never smoke. Alright, not healthy. you know, it messes up your brain. It affects your brain and lungs. It's not good. But with that out of the way, YouTube, if you know what ghetto grass is, if you figure me out, alright, I'm sorry for lying about the name. Alright, don't take the video down. But yeah, we get some ghetto grass, or well, we don't get it yet, but we're talking about trying to get a hold of some. And at this time, it happened that Jimmy had $20, and I believe Bob had $20. So they're like, yo, we could probably call. Bob goes, we could probably call my brother up. We're gonna call his brother Jake, and he said we could probably call Jacob, and Jake will probably might have some money, and he might throw in if he can do something with us. And Jimmy's like, yeah, I'm fine with Jake smoking with us or whatever. And Bob goes, yeah, it should be pretty chill. And I'm like, yeah, that should be pretty chill. That should be pretty fun, honestly, because like at this time I didn't really get to hang out with Bob's, like I never really got to meet Bob's brother Jake. So like this was a pretty good experience to get to know the dude, right? And yeah, Bob calls up Jake on FaceTime, and he says, Jake, you trying to get some green? And sure enough, Jake goes, yeah, I'm down, bro, when? And Bob goes, I'm down right now, how about you? And he's like, bet, I'll call up the supplier, the plug. And Bob goes, alright, bet. So, you know, sure enough, Jake calls up the plug, the supplier, and a couple minutes later we see, you know, Jake come out, and he goes, shoot. Bob goes, yo, Jake, when's he gonna be here? And then he goes, here in a little bit, don't worry about it. And Bob's like, alright, bet. So fast forward like maybe 10 minutes later, I'd say, or something along those lines. 10 minutes something, I don't know, but fast forward to that, and the plug pulls up, the supplier, whatever you want to call him. And you know, when the supplier pulls up, Jake's like, oh sweet. So they go up, they do their thing, you know, whatever. And yeah, he gets something handed through the window, the ghetto grass, the devil's lettuce, whatever you want to call this stuff. And he gets some of that handed through the window. Jake says thanks or whatever, does his talk, and then comes back and he's like, yo, we got it, where are we doing this at? And I'm like, first thing I say is, can we go to your house, Bob? Because it's freezing out here. Like, I couldn't feel my hands or my feet at this point. Like, I was freezing balls, bro. But anyway, Bob says, yeah, sure, that should be fine. Just don't tell my, like, we're gonna tell my stepdad that my mom said you could come in, Bob says. And I'm like, alright, bet, that should work fine. And he's like, I bet. So fast forward maybe like 10 minutes later, we start going over. Like, no, we don't start going over, we're there. We're not that slow, obviously. But yeah, we get there, and we go down to the basement, aka Jake's room, because Jake's room was the basement at this time. And we go down there, and he gets a rap out and starts rolling it, you know, as you do, you know. And as you're rolling, I'm just sitting there, I'm kind of hyped, alright, because like I used to like enjoy doing this stuff till like it got me in some trouble, which is why you should never do it. But I was kind of getting hyped. I was like, bruh, we finna be out of here, bro. Like, we finna be buzzed as a mug, you know. I'm just hyping myself up for real. And Jimmy's like, yeah, bro, this finna be lit. And I'm like, for sure. So, you know, as he's rolling it, you know, he like fast forward like 2 minutes later, he finishes, because it doesn't take that long. And Bob gets the first hit, then I get the hit, and I start coughing so horribly. Like, not as bad as like the one video where I talked about the bong, but like it's pretty bad. And me not realizing what I'm doing, I bend over and start coughing on Jake's pillow. And Bob goes, bro, you know you're coughing on his pillow, right? And then I sit up and like, oh, my bad, Jake. I didn't mean it, man. I didn't know. and Jake didn't even say anything. He did not care at all. So I'm just I'm just like, phew, that's like a sigh of relief, because Jake was known for being able to fight really good, and I was not trying to get whooped on for coughing on a pillow. Alright, imagine that story time. I got whooped. I got absolute mollywopped for coughing on a pillow. Luckily that didn't happen. I'm really happy that didn't happen, because if that happened, that would have sucked for me, and not even that, but like everybody else, because like I obviously wouldn't want to do nothing after that. Like I'd probably be calling up my aunt to go home at that point. Like nah, screw that. So yeah, he doesn't do nothing. So after that, I pass it over to Jimmy. Fast forward a little bit later, it gets passed back to me, and at this point, I'm kind of immune to it. Like I'm not coughing really, and at that point, um, I'm out of it. All right, I'm out of it, like completely out of it. All right, but you know, fast forward 10 minutes later. All right, I've hit it enough times to be buzzed. I'd say I've hit it like 5 times, and you know, it was pretty fun. Except fast forward another like 5 minutes into being high, you know, paranoia. I started getting mad paranoia, like a horrible paranoia. And every single noise, every single creak in the house, I'm like, yo, 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 somebody's coming down, somebody's coming down. And I ain't even gonna lie, I think I was getting on Bob and Jimmy's nerves. They're like, yo, shut up, nobody's coming down here. And I was just super paranoid, alright? And I was sitting here having a panic attack. I was like, bro, we need to go outside. Like, we can't be in here. We're gonna get caught. We're so busted. We're so caught. Like, I was freaking out. Like, I was thinking so negative, dude. And eventually, fast forward like 10 minutes of sitting down there, we're all tweaking our butts off. But Bob says, me, Jimmy, and Logan are about to go upstairs. I, Jake, and Jake goes, alright, that's cool. So we start heading upstairs to Bob's room, and we get in there, and I sit on the bed, and I start like dozing off, bro. Like looking like I just popped 15 perks or something. Like I'm dozed, and as I'm dozing out, like I look over and I just see Bob like laughing at me so hard, dude. And like as I'm doing it, like I know he's talking about like scaring me or something, but like I'm oblivious, alright? So I'm like half asleep, like dozed, and I just hear Bob go, okay, wake your ass up. Like really loud, dude. And I just jump up so fast, bro, like so incredibly fast. It was just so funny, dude. But like after he did that, I was like, yo, man, why would you do that? Like, I was talking like I was half asleep, bro. And they're just laughing so hard at me. And after that, I'm like, bro, can we go outside, please? They're like, bro, no. And after a couple minutes of pleading, they're finally like, alright, bro, whatever, let's go outside. So we go outside, and we're walking around, and I'm still paranoid. I'm like, yo, my aunt's gonna be here any minute. Yo, like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, I was mad paranoid. And eventually, they go, yo, chill, you got a little bit. But little did I know, I didn't have a little bit, because I pull my phone out of my pocket, and I look, and sure enough, there's a text saying, are y'all ready to come home? I was like, yo, Jimmy, what do I do? What do we do? We're so screwed. We're so caught. Like, I'm panicking so horrible, dude. And this is so funny to them for no reason, bro. Like, I was not trying to get caught. But sure enough, fast forward 20 minutes later, cause like nothing really happened after that. We really just sat at the park. But fast forward about 20 minutes later, sure enough, my aunt's there, and she goes, where y'all at? And I'm like, oh no. And I text her back, like, I'm having a hard time typing, because I can barely feel my thumbs, because it's freezing out. But I type back, and I go, we're about 5 minute walk away. And I'm so glad I didn't spell anything wrong. Like, I knew that probably wouldn't have been like a really big deal, but like at the same time, I just didn't want any suspicious acts, bro. Cause I was really not vibing with getting caught, bro. But like, it's whatever. So next thing you know, I we get over there, and Jimmy, of course, like going to like save himself, as most people would probably do. I admit I'd probably do the same thing, but Jimmy ends up making me sit up front, and usually he's the front dude. I'm like, nah, bro, you could have up front, and Jimmy goes, nah, I insist. I'm like, bro, there's only one reason you insist, but like I keep it in my head. So we get in, and I'm sitting next to my aunt, like I'm buzzed out of my mind, alright? And as I'm sitting there, I like, I'm like staring down at my phone, staring at the window, and I'm feeling like everything I do is suspicious. And then she starts having a conversation with me, and I'm just trying to be dry. Like, I hope she doesn't, like, isn't suspecting anything, but like, I don't know if there's anything I could really do to get out of the conversation. I'm just kind of like, cause she starts asking something about what she should do for something. I don't know, but I'm just kind of sitting there like, oh, you should just ignore it. Like, I don't even remember what the conversation was, but I don't know. I think I said something like, oh, you just ignore him. It's no big deal. Like, I was kind of talking quietly, and I was so scared. I was like, yo, I am so horribly busted right now. But luckily I didn't get caught. Like, I don't know how I didn't get caught, but I didn't. And eventually we get home, and I go in the room, and I fall asleep real easy because I'm buzzed out of it. I'm gone. But yeah, I go in there, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, how did I get away with that? There's no way I got away with that. Did I actually get away with that? Like, I don't know, like, I was pretty paranoid, bro. But eventually I fell asleep, and it turned out I was fine, and it all ended up being fine. Your boy 13-year-old Logan didn't get caught that time somehow, but yeah. On that note, that's about all I have to talk about. Like, if I'm being honest, that's all I have to cover. Alright, not the craziest, most insane, but I thought y'all could laugh at how dumb I was, like how paranoid I was. Alright, and yeah, moral of the story, don't smoke ghetto grass, don't smoke cigarettes, don't smoke nothing. But yeah, that's the moral. And if y'all do, I'm gonna hire a hitman. Nah, I'm joking, but don't do it. Take my word, alright? Please don't, or else I'll send Karen Jr. to track you down. But on a serious note, that's gonna do it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all did, hit the subscribe, because I have plenty more in store, like just like this one, and I have several others up that's just like this one too. And if you enjoy them and you subscribe, what do you have to lose? Free content for you to watch daily, basically. And yeah, please, like, it would really help me out. Comment down below. Just comment whatever you feel like commenting, whatever it is. It'll always help me out. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I'm out. Peace.